Hi, my name is Melina Tuggle, and this is for Ecology/Conservation Biology. For this book report, I chose to read the book The Sixth Extinction and a Natural History by Elizabeth Kolbert. This is a piece of nonfiction and is a winner of the 2015 Pulitzer Prize for General Nonfiction. The Sixth Extinction and a Natural History was published on February 11th, 2014. Elizabeth Kolbert draws on the work of researchers in half a dozen disciplines, following many of them into field. Some of them included geologists who studied deep ocean cores, botanists who follow the tree lines as it climbs up the Andes Mountains, and marine biologists who dive off the Great Barrier Reef. She introduces us to a dozen species, some already gone, others facing extinction, some including the Panamanian golden frog, staghorn coral, and the great auk. Through these stories, Kolbert provides a moving account of the disappearances occurring all around us and traces the evolution of extinction as a concept, from its first articulation by Georges Cuvier in revolutionary Paris up through the present day. The Sixth Extinction is likely to be mankind's legacy, as she puts it. In the beginning of the book, she discusses Georges Cuvier, the influential naturalist, who first proposed that some species that lived thousands of years ago are no longer alive. Cuvier and his contemporaries discovered that prehistoric fossils of large mammals, such as the mastodon and the giant sloth, further approving the theory of extinction. However, Cuvier believed that extinction is a slow, gradual, and somewhat random process. Even after Charles Darwin published his influential book on the origin of species, scientists didn't grasp that human beings were capable of influencing the environment so much that certain species die out, causing them to become extinct. It wasn't until the late 19th century that the scientist Alfred Newton, in an effort to preserve the surviving population of great auks, which is a bird in Iceland, pioneered the idea that humans could play a role in preserving species at risk of going extinct. It took much longer, however, for scientists to realize that humans were responsible for the extinction of hundreds of animals. Kolbert wrote that a major milestone in science's understanding of extinction was the paper penned by Walter Alvarez and Luis Alvarez in the 1980s, arguing that the dinosaurs went extinct because of a large asteroid that hit the Earth. While the Alvarez's theory was dismissed at first, it gradually became a concept and an accepted theory that reinforced the theory of mass extinction. That is, the notion that many species go extinct at almost the same time rather than dying gradually over time. Kolbert argues that we are living in the Anthropocene period of planetary history, an epoch defined by human beings' attempt to manipulate their environments, which result in the extinction or near extinction of many different species. Kolbert travels to the Great Barrier Reef, where scientists show her the impact that increased temperature and acidity have had on the diversity of life in coral reefs, where warmer temperatures will increase the number of algae and plankton in the ecosystem, which will decrease the amount of available nutrition for larger animals. She also visits the tropical rainforests of South America, where she sees the phenomenal diversity of life that it presents. Despite some controversy in the scientific community, it's highly likely that prehistoric creatures such as the mastodon and the giant sloth went extinct because early human beings wiped them out, suggesting that, in a sense, the sixth extinction began thousands of years ago, long before even the Industrial Revolution. Kolbert also traveled to Germany, where she learned about the Neanderthal, an early humanoid creature that went extinct thousands of years ago. While the popular cartoonish model of the Neanderthal is a hairy, ape-like creature, it's likely that the Neanderthals were actually technologically advanced for their time. They stood up straight, buried their dead, and even had larger brains than modern Homo sapiens. Kolbert realized that her book could paint a dreary image of the human race, but since humans had the power to shift the environment, so much, they also have the power to preserve, nurture, and protect it. The sixth extinction will help readers to understand that they need to continue to work to preserve endangered species, and also to see what exactly humans are capable of, like climate change and everything like that. I personally believe this book is a must read for anyone that is interested in learning about the history of man-made extinctions, or just learning like how the earth and planet has changed over time. It really helps set into place that humans have a very important role on this planet and hold a huge responsibility to our environments. If we continue to treat our earth like we are currently doing, then the biodiversity on this planet could come to nothing.